Okay, so I'm looking at this, and I'm thinking that let's just run a line across here. So I'm going to say ring and connect, and I'm just going to bring this forward a little bit, and I might even do another one, and ring, connect, and let's take these maybe even up a little bit. I'm looking for this kind of roundish shape here, and I want to take these lines back a little bit. Whoa, sorry. This line, I want those to be down further. Something like that. And let's take this up a little bit. I want to take this one up a little bit. Maybe move that just slightly. So something like that. And I'm looking at this space here, and I'm looking at this space here, and this looks much wider. So I'm just going to grab all of this and move it up like that, so that it looks like a little bit more like that. And I think that's good. So I'm thinking that this space right here, this right here, this two, are going to move in quite a bit. It just looks like they're smaller. Maybe not quite that small, but definitely it's a smaller shape. And I'm gonna let's just grab this, because I want to chamfer that. I just want it to be a little more round going up here. So I'm going to right click and say chamfer. I'm just going to chamfer this like that. And what I think I'm going to do with this is I'll just take this with a target weld, this vertice, and move it forward here like that. So I get something a little bit rounder there. And that window just does not look right. I'm trying to think why. Okay. Let's get all this. Maybe just lower that just a little bit. Maybe bring that down just a tad. So anyway, so I have this, and what I want to do now is I want to extrude out, and I'm probably just going to, because it's convenient, I'll probably just take this edge and right click and say extrude, and let's just extrude it out just a tad, and then I'm just going to drag it where I want it. So let's go back a little bit and down a little bit. Maybe, okay. So I think what I'll do is I'll take this edge and I'll just go back like that. And that looks good. So this edge here, I want those to kind of snap. So that's going to be on the x-axis. So if I come over here and tell it to make planar on the x, that's going to make those planar. And then I can just start to move this around. So if I select this again, I'm going to right click and say extrude, and let's bring this out and then maybe down. And I think I want this back edge right here to go up a little bit. So what's happening there is you've got one side of this interpenetrating the other side. So what I want to do is I want to take this vertex here on this corner and connect it to this vertex on that corner. And that's going to fix the problem. Because the vertices were going a certain way on the lower one and a certain way on the upper one, and they were incompatible. And once you do that, 90% of the time, or even maybe even more than 90, you can come back and control backspace and get rid of the actual line. It's just you're affecting that invisible line that goes in between the shape, in between the diagonally across the polygon. So what I want to do is I want to go down from here. So I'm going to take this and just pull it out more like that. And we're going to do an extrude again. And let's come down. And I might just even just rotate this. Like rotate it. Let's just rotate it on view. We can do that. Just going to kind of try to line this up kind of even, and we'll just rotate it kind of on view, and we'll do another extrude. Just kind of come down here like that, and I want it to line up here. So let's get that again kind of lined up with the viewport. I'm just going to zoom in. And we're going to rotate that on view again, which is the outside circle rotates on view. And we're just going to hit W and move this in and maybe up a little bit. And if I right click, I'm going to extrude this down. And I think what I'll do now is just kind of get it so it's rotating back towards the body of the aircraft. So if I rotate it like this, okay, got to do it from view, not just from the angle. So something like that, and let's just hit W. I'm gonna lengthen this a little bit, maybe, and I think I bent it far more than normal. Anyway, I've got that. I'm going to try to bridge these two, and we'll see what we get. So I'm going to just grab this one and that one and say bridge, which should be over here somewhere, bridge. And that looks okay. So let's just take this and move it down, maybe in a little bit, something like that. Alright, so now I've got that kind of shape that I want. Let's subdivide this a little bit. I'm going to grab this, and I want to do a Maya thing and right click and go to edge ring. You just have to say ring and connect over there in the panel, and since I have an edge here, I want to manipulate it. So same with this one, I have an edge here, so anytime you have an edge, you want to make that edge worthwhile. So let's pull this down, grab this one, pull it down, something like that. Starting to get that shape that we want. Let's pull this up a little bit. And if I'm looking at how short this is, I feel like I should have come from here out. So let's do this. So let's take this up a little bit, and I'm going to grab these two and I'm going to collapse them. Actually, I got to connect them before I collapse them. something like that. So this kind of jacks up our window a little bit, so we're going to have to fix that in a minute. I'm going to take these and let's just extrude out a little bit. And let's take this one face, I'm going to hit W, and I want to move that forward, about like that. And let's take this edge here, something like that. So I'm going to move this on the edge, so I'm going to change my geometry to edge, and we'll just move that out. We'll change this one to edge, and we'll just move this one as well. And then once we have it where we want it, I'm going to turn off edge, go back to none, and we'll move this in a little bit and then back a little bit. So something like that. So it just kind of fixed that little problem we had of how this was arranged. Since I've got this here, I'll just take this edge and just move it back like that, so I get a nice straight surface to work from when I start to build stuff off of here. And let's just double click this line, maybe do a chamfer. So maybe just a little bit less than that, something like that. Say OK. And I think that's good. I want to grab this like that. So that's the general idea of the base of the model. And then I would start adding stuff on top of it. So let's just grab these, and I want to maybe, or the easier way to do this would probably be to grab this line. Actually, not even that one. And just take it straight down. Like that. And yeah, I think that's good. So that's the basic idea, and then we'll add some more to it.